When are you? TikTok trend has everyone asking about perfect timing, but animals have mastered the art of perfect timing for survival, reproduction, and success. These natural timing experts know secrets about viral moments that would make social media strategists incredibly jealous. Cicadas are the ultimate viral timing masters with emergent strategies that make marketing campaigns look amateur. These underground insects spend 13 or 17 years developing in complete darkness, then emerge simultaneously in billions across entire regions. The timing is so precise that entire species coordinate their emergence within days of each other after more than a decade of preparation. It's like planning the world's largest flash mob that takes 17 years to organize and executes flawlessly. But cicada timing strategy is pure genius from a survival perspective. By emerging in massive, synchronized swarms, they overwhelm predators who can't possibly eat all of them. Individual cicadas have terrible survival skills, but their collective timing creates predator saturation that ensures species survival. They essentially invented viral marketing for biological success rather than social media fame. The 13 and 17-year cycles are prime numbers, which prevents overlap with other species that might compete for resources. Cicadas basically discovered mathematical principles that ensure their viral moments don't conflict with competitors' timing strategies. Female polar bears demonstrate perfect pregnancy timing that would make maternity planners weep with envy. They time their pregnancies so cubs are born during the darkest, coldest part of Arctic winter when they're safely denned up in snow caves. This means mating must occur at precisely the right moment months earlier to ensure cubs arrive when mothers have maximum fat reserves and minimal disturbance from other bears. But polar bear timing involves delayed implantation, where fertilized eggs don't start developing immediately. The embryos wait in suspended animation until environmental conditions trigger development. It's like having a biological timer that activates pregnancy only when conditions are optimal for cub survival. Mother polar bears also time their den emergence perfectly with Arctic spring. Cubs first see daylight exactly when temperatures warm enough for survival but early enough to learn hunting skills before summer ice melts. The timing window is incredibly narrow and requires precise environmental assessment. Emperor penguins execute the most extreme parenting timing challenge on planet Earth. They time their breeding so eggs are laid during the beginning of Antarctic winter when temperatures drop to -40 degrees. Males incubate eggs on their feet for 64 days, while females travel hundreds of miles to feed in the ocean. The timing must be perfect because early hatching means death from cold, while late hatching means parents miss optimal feeding opportunities. But emperor penguin timing coordination involves the entire colony. Thousands of birds synchronize their breeding cycles so chicks all hatch within weeks of each other. This creates a community nursery system where adults can share chick watching duties while others hunt for food. The female return timing is absolutely critical. They must arrive back from their ocean journey exactly when chicks hatch and males are near starvation. Any timing error results in family death in the world's harshest environment. Pacific salmon master the ultimate comeback timing story that puts Hollywood scripts to shame. After spending years in the ocean growing and maturing, they return to their birth rivers at precisely the right moment for spawning. The timing must account for water temperature, river flow, predator activity, and seasonal food availability. They essentially plan their death with perfect timing to ensure their offspring have maximum survival chances. But salmon timing involves incredible environmental assessment. They can detect subtle changes in river chemistry and temperature that indicate optimal spawning conditions. Some populations delay their river entry for weeks until conditions are perfect, even though this extends their dangerous journey. Different salmon species time their runs to avoid competition. Chinook salmon run first, followed by coho, then chum salmon, each species timing their arrival to maximize their specific spawning success while minimizing conflicts with other species. Mayflies have the most compressed viral moment in the animal kingdom. After spending up to 3 years as aquatic larvae, they emerge as flying adults for just 24-48 hours. Their entire adult existence is about timing reproduction perfectly within an incredibly narrow window. Millions emerge simultaneously from rivers and lakes, creating massive swarms that can be seen on weather radar. But mayfly timing is so precise that entire ecosystems depend on their emergence schedule. Fish, birds, and other predators time their breeding cycles to coincide with mayfly hatches that provide massive protein sources for feeding young animals. Some mayfly species emerge in multiple synchronized waves throughout the summer, each timed to different environmental triggers like water temperature or moon phases. Ruby-throated hummingbirds time their migration to coincide perfectly with flower blooming schedules along their route. They arrive at different locations exactly when their preferred nectar sources reach peak availability. This requires understanding seasonal timing across thousands of miles and multiple climate zones. But hummingbird timing also involves weather pattern assessment. They delay migration during storms and accelerate travel when conditions are favorable, constantly adjusting their schedule to maintain synchronization with food sources. Grunion fish time their spawning runs to coincide with the highest tides of the year during full and new moons. They beach themselves on California shores for just a few hours during peak tides, lay eggs in sand that will stay moist until the next extreme tide, then return to the ocean. The timing window is incredibly narrow and requires precise lunar and tidal calculations. While humans try to time their content for maximum social media engagement, these animals have mastered life and death timing that ensures species survival across millions of years. Their viral moments actually matter for biological success, rather than just getting likes and followers.